In a quiet little town, nestled beyond the hills, there was an old school with peeling paint and weathered walls. Yet every morning, the halls echoed with the warm, steady voice of a man who had never stopped believing in the power of learning. His name was Mr. William Carter, a wise, soft-spoken teacher nearing 70, with silver hair and tired steps, but a heart that still beat with the same passion as his very first day in class. In his classroom were two boys who couldn't be more different, yet both unforgettable: Ethan and Liam. Ethan came from a middle-class family. His mother was a retired teacher, and his father worked in a government office. He never had to worry about meals or tuition. His only job was to study, and he did, relentlessly. To Ethan, success was built brick by brick, page by page. The more you grind, the greater the reward, he always believed. Liam, on the other hand, came from hardship. His father, Thomas Miller, was a worn-out farmer who worked sunrise to sundown just to put food on the table. Their dinners were often boiled vegetables and bread, their roof patched, and hands blistered from years in the field. But Liam had something Ethan didn't: a hunger for change that came from living without. One evening, after a long day helping on the farm, Liam sat under the dim light of a kerosene lamp, studying. His father looked at him and snapped, "Why are you wasting time with books, Liam? We can barely make ends meet. What good will school do?" Liam's voice trembled, but he didn't look away. "I know we're poor, Dad, but if I don't learn, we'll always stay this way. I'm not studying for money. I'm studying so our tomorrow is different." Thomas looked at his son, and though he didn't say it, he was proud. That night, Liam didn't sleep. He was tired, but his dream was wide awake. A week later, Mr. Carter gathered Ethan and Liam. "This will be your final test," he said. "Climb the mountain and bring me the rare red flower at the top. Whoever returns first will pass." At dawn, Ethan sprinted ahead, scaling the rocky slope with sheer willpower. The sun burned, his legs ached, but he kept climbing. Liam paused at the foot of the mountain. He turned to a quiet old man sitting nearby and asked, "Sir, is there another path up?" The man nodded. "Yes, around the back. It's longer, but much safer." Liam took that route. Slower, but smarter. He didn't give up. He simply chose differently. Hours later, Ethan reached the top, breathless, drenched in sweat, only to see Liam already walking down, holding the red flower in hand. Stunned, Ethan whispered, "I gave it everything I had. How did he still win?" Back at school, both boys stood in front of Mr. Carter. The teacher smiled gently. "Ethan, your effort was noble, but you believed that the harder the path, the greater the prize. Sometimes, the hardest way isn't the best way. Sacrifice without thought leads to burnout, not brilliance." Then he turned to Liam. "You used your head, and that's good. But always choosing the easiest way won't teach you everything you need. Smart work only works when paired with effort." The boys lowered their heads, not in shame, but in reflection. Years passed. Ethan became a scientist, still hard-working, but now wiser in direction. Liam became a thriving entrepreneur, not just clever, but courageous in the face of failure. One day they returned to the old school. Mr. Carter was frail, sitting by the window, but his eyes still burned with that same light. He held their hands, smiled, and said, "You both made it. Success doesn't favor the strongest. It favors those who know when to push and when to pause, who dare to dream and still remember what matters most. Hard work fuels the journey. Smart work chooses the path. But only when both walk hand in hand does true success follow." Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay motivated. Stay wise.